Hi, everybody. It's just about 5:30 on Tuesday, the 18th. This is your closing comment, and it is video number 1759. And there's a lot to cover, so I'm going to get right to it. Um, Fox and Dominion settled their lawsuit. Dominion suing for defamation. Dominion is the maker of the voting machines that, you know, the ones that stole the election from that jackass Trump. Okay, the settlement 787.5 million, uh, biggest um, defamation settlement in history. Okay, let's get right to the earnings because this is exciting. Netflix came out with, excuse me, a beat on earnings and a miss on revenue, and the stock had traded closed 333.70, up 98 cents. Immediately traded down to 292, so just over $41. And then people got into the meat of what the actual earnings report was about. The delay of their crackdown on password sharing being rolled out a little later than expected, etc. And then the stock actually turned up almost immediately. Um, I went to take the dog out for a walk, and the stock was 310. I came back in, and it was 339. So 333.70 to 292 to 339.74. Last is up 28 cents at 333. UAL is higher, up $1.29. They had a loss, but less than expected. And, I'm hearing all of the bullshit about how great the summer is going to be. But the bottom line is that even though it's up a little and could be a trade here, first of all, I would go with Jets and either be in the group or out of the group. This is a trading group. You don't buy these stocks to own them for any period of time. Because, number one, they lie. Number two, they continuously misrepresent what segments are doing. Now, I know prices are high, but travel during the summer, transatlantic, is only a little high. What they're missing is in the US business traffic. It has not come back, and I'd be surprised if it ever did. So I'm just saying. Okay, WAL, the regional bank, and it had a miss. The stock was 32.51, down 31, but some of their metrics were really great. And so even though deposits were down 11 million, this one went from 32 and a half to 39. And the last right now on Western Alliance is 37.26, and that's up $4.44, or 13.5%. On the other hand, we have UCBI, which is another regional bank, United Community Bank, going in the other direction. They had a miss top and bottom, and nothing great to say. It had closed 27.22, traded down to 25.55. Last is 25.82, and that is down about $1.50 on the day. Interactive Brokers also with a miss. The stock closed 84 and three quarters. It traded immediately down to 78.44. The last is a rally back up to 81.63, still down $2.16, or 2.6%. Some of the names that came out this morning: Johnson and Johnson, which was basically unchanged this morning, and people got into the numbers and listened to the company's call, I guess, and the stock went from 165.67 down to 159.65, which is we're talking about a substantial company. A move of 3 or 4% is a lot on a stock that size. The stock got down to 159.65, currently 160.98, down 462 or 2.8%. Goldman Sachs went from up 8. Don't you love when the algos read the headline? They read the headline about an earnings beat and they took it up $8. And then they printed the line about the revenue miss and some of the metrics, and the stock went down 13. Last on the stock, 333.01, down 667 or 2%. So those are two of the bigger Dow names, both down in excess of 2.5%. Lockheed Martin with a beat closed 489 and change, traded up to 508.41 last, up 11.77, 2.4. Bank of America, which reported kind of unchanged, up 14 cents, so neither here nor there. And the markets spent the day doing nothing. The Dow opened down, was down 200, finished down $10.55. NASDAQ, which was up 88 right after the open, to down $10, finished, 88 at around 10 o'clock. It then turned much lower and finished the day down 431 or 0.4%. So nothing there. Advanced declines were 1.3 to 1 to the downside on both of those. Volume was about average at 4.8 million. One of the leaders recently has been the Russell. It closed down 729. And that was the biggest loser. In fact, it was down over double that before the market rallied. Transports down 1040. Doesn't surprise me, mostly because of JBHT earnings this morning. The VIX was down a dime. Okay, the chart on the screen is the gold, and what I'm pointing out here is that the gold pulled back. I told you yesterday I wanted to see it above 200. It got down to 1993 and closed 2007, down only 880. This morning it was down for a nanosecond by a fraction of a point, actually 4 points, but turned and rallied up to 2024 and change, closed 2019 70, up 1270. I think that looks great. And I'm going to show you the energies. Oil was up or down a little all day. Heating oil up and down less than a penny. Gasoline was down $2 and change, 2.2 cents, I'm sorry. And nat gas. Everybody knows I love the nat gas. I'm in Tellurian. I'm in UNG. I'm actually even in Boyle for myself. Here's what I'm seeing. I'm going to make this much bigger so you can see. What I'm seeing here is a 5-day moving average, which hasn't broken above in quite a while, about to break back to the upside. This is the Dick Donchen change in trend, 5 and 20-day moving average. I know that it's going to have trouble here at 2.5 or so. I know it's going to have trouble at 2 3/4, 280. I know it's going to have trouble at $3.02 where it topped out and gapped down the next day. But I like it. I think, we made a new life of contract low to give you a little better look at what this actually looks like on a relative basis. $10 to $1.97. just a collapse here, cascading loss from $6 to a shade over $2. Also, um, the MACD crossed over 4 days ago, continuing to build. I like it. What can I say? Uh, Bitcoin up 775. It was down 920 yesterday, so getting back most of that. The dollar was down 35 cents. The bonds were up a quarter. The silver held 25, closed 25.26, up 15. And as I said, nat gas 236, and that was up 9 cents on the day. Tomorrow we have Abbott Labs, Ally, which is financial, CFG, Morgan Stanley, Travelers, US Bank. Those are all pre open. After the close, though, we have Tesla, DFS, AA, which is Alcoa, STLD, which is Steel Dynamics, IBM, KMI, one of my favorites. And in the banking business, we have Zion, and in the mall business, we have SL Green. We also have Lamb Research, which had a heck of a move yesterday with all of the equipment makers for semiconductors. They were all down on ASML's talk about cutting capex pretty dramatically, even though the semis were actually up. And one stock that I know everybody has an interest in, trading at 43, up 14 or 48%. Unfortunately, those are pennies. The stock, Bed Bath and Beyond, closed the day at 34, currently trading 43. And frankly, I'm glad that I hope nobody is still in it. Tomorrow morning, we have mortgage applications early. We have crude oil inventories at 10:15, I think. And then at 2 o'clock, we have the April beige book, Philly Fed beige book, which tends to be market moving, but only usually when it's a disappointment. All right, everyone. Have a good one. I'll be back in the morning.